Hello friends, I am Shreya Trivedi and I am going to deal with the paper of Foundation course in English, that is the compulsory paper of English of SYBA Sem-3. First of all, I'll let you know that this is one of the important paper, though it is of compulsory paper, but still it is important because it teaches us about one of the greatest language, that is English. uh, yes, it is bit difficult for many of the people, but still we should learn, as it is the worldwide language, it is acclaimed worldwide. First of all, we will discuss about the syllabus. In this, we are having a textbook named Wings. In that, we are having first 5 chapters. Next, we are having some of the grammar topics such as voice, phrasal verbs, and short composition. Now, voice, we know about the voice that in our primary standards we have studied some of the grammar topics, but still there are some students who are having who are not having clear idea of what actually is the difference between voice and the speech, that is the active passive voice and direct indirect. So they are having a bit of confusion in this topic, but I'll do my level best to make you sure what is the actual meaning of active voice and passive voice. The second one is phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs, we will discuss it later, as in syllabus we are having some of the phrasal verbs given in it, and we will discuss it there only. Then we are having short composition, that is describing an object. Narration of a given topic means any of the object will be given, or else any topic will be given and you have to narrate it. Like essays, we write essays on many of the topics. Suppose my car. Suppose the given topic is my car, so you have to narrate about it. Narrate about my car means your car, which company's car you are having, how many seats are there, and etc etc etc. So these are some of the topics, or this is the syllabus of our foundation course in English 3. First we will deal with the voice. Now voice is, as I said earlier, it is very um, confusing topic among the students, as direct indirect speech and the voice are uh, having a thin line of difference between it, but it is very easy if you understand it very well. And we are having a day to day language. Okay. First I'll go with the first topic, that is every language has a structure of its sentence. Now every language, let it be Sanskrit, let it be Hindi, let it be English, every language has its own structure. Structure means pattern. Suppose if you want to make a building, you have to first make a structure of it. So if we want to make a sentence, we have to first know about its structure. In every language, the structure of its sentence is different. In our English language, the sentence structure or pattern is subject plus verb plus object. That means karta plus kriyapad plus karma. In English language, this is the sentence pattern. In Sanskrit language, there is um, no such pattern available, because it is not fixed. In English it is fixed, so we have to go with this sentence structure only. Suppose for example, Sita goes to school. Now here in this sentence, Sita is the subject, means the karta. Now in other words, karta is also known as the doer of action, and goes is the verb or kriya pad, and school is the object. Now you can see the sentence pattern in it: subject plus verb plus object. Now if uh, we have any of the sentence, you can see it that uh, every sentence has subject, verb, and object in it. Okay. We can begin a sentence either with the subject or object. This fact decides whether a sentence is active or passive. The sentence we begin with the subject or object. It is not necessary that only subject is at the first or at initial stage, but even the object can be at the initial or at the beginning of the sentence, and this only decides whether your sentence is active or passive. આ જ વસ્તુ તમને દર્શાવે છે કે તમારો સેન્ટેન્સ એક્ટિવ વોઇસનો છે કે પેસિવ વોઇસનો. શું દર્શાવે છે કે તમારો કર્તા ને કર્મ કયા જગ્યાએ છે સેન્ટેન્સમાં. That shows whether the sentence is active or passive. Now comes the active voice. As we said earlier, that the subject and object decides whether the sentence is active or passive. In active voice, the sentence pattern or the structure is subject plus verb plus object. Karta plus kriyapad plus karma. This is only the structure, and if the sentence is of this structure, then we can say it is of the active voice. For example, Vijay sells toys. Here Vijay is the subject, that is the karta of the sentence. Sells is the verb, that is kriyapad, and toys is the object, that is karma. So how we can judge that it is of active voice? The subject plus verb plus object. So this is the pattern in active voice. Let we be very clear. Second one, my uncle built a new house last year. Here my uncle is the subject, built is the object, verb, and a new house is the object. My uncle is the doer of the action, built is the verb, and a new house is the object. Okay, so here also we can see that pattern, subject plus verb plus object. Now the third one, you were drawing a picture at that time. You is the subject, were drawing or only drawing is the verb, a picture is the object. This also shows that same thing, subject plus verb plus object. These are some of the examples of active voice. If you don't understand, then you may have a look at this slide. Now we go with the passive sentence or passive voice sentences. The sentence which start with object and ends with a subject is called passive voice. The vice versa of active voice. In active voice, the subject was at the beginning of the sentence, while in the passive voice, the object starts the sentences. Means what the active voice has, the passive voice has its reverse form. We can say that object plus verb, that is of past form, plus by plus subject. This is called the sentence pattern of a passive voice sentence. You have to make it very clear. The subject plus verb plus object is equal to active voice, whereas object plus verb, that is of past form, plus by plus subject is equal to passive voice sentence. Maths, it is in the form of mathematical formula, but it will be very useful as we can remember it very easily. Instead of any this formula, we cannot get it very clear, so we are using this formula. I hope you will get it very easily. Now look at the examples. I will explain the examples very deeply because these are very important things to understand in passive voice. In exams, you will be asked to change the sentences. It may have active to passive or passive to active. It depends. Okay. but you should know what active voice sentence is and what the passive voice sentence and how to change it. But for that, firstly we have to learn what is active voice sentence and what is passive voice sentence. Okay, so let us go with the examples first. Active voice example: Vijay sells toys. Now here Vijay is the subject, as we said earlier. Vijay is the subject, sells is the verb, and object is toys. Now in passive voice it is totally in the reverse form. Okay, so in active voice the toys were at the end, but in passive voice sentence toys are the beginning of the sentence. So here toys, now here cells are there. Okay, so the sentence is in present form. Okay, simple present form. So when we will change it into passive voice, the past form of the verb will be used, that is sold. But as toys are the plural form, we are having are in between toys and sold. So the sentence would be toys are sold. Now plus by is there. Why by is there? Because in passive voice you have to show by whom the action is done. Okay, so here by Vijay toys are being sold. So toys are sold by Vijay. You can see the sentence object plus verb, that is past form, plus by plus subject. Next example: my uncle built a new house last year. My uncle, subject, built, verb, a new house, that is object. Now first let us decide which type of sentence it is. Built, the simple past tense, right? So when we will change it into passive voice sentence, we will begin with the sentence as a new house, because object is a new house. Karma શું છે તો કે a new house. A new house was built. Why was built? Why was? Because it is the past tense sentence. Okay, so was will be there. Now built, as we have seen in the formula, we have to use the past form of the verb, that is build. You may remember that basic form, past form and past participle form. Okay, so in that the past form will be used in this passive voice. So was built now last year by my uncle. By whom? By my uncle. So the sentence of passive voice will be a new house was built last year by my uncle. Third one is you were drawing a picture at that time. Now this is a bit clumsy. You were drawing a picture at that time. You is the subject. Drawing is the verb. A picture is the object. Now first of all decide what tense of the sentence is. Okay, so where drawing, see in verb we are having ing, so it is but natural that it is continuous tense sentence. Okay, and along with that where, where is there. So where drawing, so we can conclude that we are having a past continuous tense sentence. Okay, so you were drawing a picture at that time. Now a picture will come at the beginning of the sentence. A picture was being drawn. Now if we want to change a continuous tense sentence into passive voice, so if we want to change the verb and remove ing, we have to add the word being before the verb, that is the past form of the verb. Now the past form of draw is drawn. So a picture was being drawn. Was because it is past form, past continuous tense. Okay, so picture was being drawn by you at that time. Okay, before changing any of the sentences, whether let it be active to passive or passive to active, first decide what tense is that. What the tense is of the sentence, and accordingly you have to change the voice. We will discuss further how the sentences are being changed. Okay, but before going to that, we must have a clear cut vision of what the active voice sentence and what is the passive voice sentence. I hope you might have a bit enjoyed this lecture, because we all know that grammar is a bit boring, but yeah, we will make it easier and somewhat interesting, so that you may have a knowledge of grammar very easily. You can get the topic very easily, and it is very useful because English is a day-to-day language now. It is worldwide accepted language.